trade recap for February 26, 2024. So today, was an okay day. Probably should be up about $100, but I think I'm break even at the moment. So, some mistakes and just some missed opportunities today that could have put me in a much better position. So today was the first time I took a pre-market trade, I think, or maybe my second time taking a pre-market trade with trade to pull, and I was a bit nervous or unfamiliar with how it works. So I decided to just get only 100 shares. And what I saw was the stock surging up, and it seemed like the 20 was holding the stock. Now I wasn't all that confident, or I didn't have a lot of belief in it, but I feel like it's worth taking a try. Now, I did not like that, within 30, 45 minutes or 45 minutes or so, stock wasn't going the way I wanted it. So, let me start over. I want to see the stock move prior to, maybe 7 at the latest, 30 minutes before the bell. But I would really prefer 45 minutes before the bell. The stock needs to make a move, or I should probably get out. So, yeah. My issue was I recognized that stock wasn't going to move, and I decided to try to get out here. Now, because I'm new to trading pre-market, I don't think I've maybe followed the proper steps, or I don't know what, but it just took me a while to get out. So I wanted to get out here, but didn't end up getting out until here. So I don't know. I don't know what caused the hiccup. I put my order in, it just did not execute, and maybe I need hot buttons. I don't know, but that was that trade. Not a lot of volume, not a lot of conviction. I don't know why I took it. The setup itself was okay without discounting the volume. It was okay. My entry on this, probably a C plus. My execution was horrible. I need to work on that, figure out how to exit and enter pre-market. So that was a F plus. Overall trade though, C minus. I think. Yeah, I thought about getting in here, but it's too whippy. Maybe a 1 minute chart would have been better to look at. I almost got in here, then I saw this action. I'm like, I'm glad I missed it, or did. But then I'm thinking, I actually took a nap, fell asleep for a good 5 minutes or so, and I wake up and the stock starts to move up, and I miss my entry on this because this is a pattern I would have traded. I would have had to get in early. By the time I saw it, this candle right here was starting to print, and it was really just too late because the resistance was here. So even though I like this trade, It could have bought 300 to 500 shares easy if I had got the right entry and just rode it to the top. I missed it. I fell asleep on accident. But then I decided I'm gonna take a short trade on this. I kind of wanted it here, but I waited a little bit, and I took a short here. And I knew it could bounce up, and I figured the 20 EMA will hold as resistance. Sure enough, it did. And then got this little pop. I figured it was about to stop me out because my stop loss was 1160. But nope. The 20 EMA continued to hold as resistance. And, my target originally was going to be around here. But as this moving average rose, I decided to just keep my trade on because at this point, it's not worth the risk taking my profits here. So I decided what I'll go ahead and do is just leave the stock on, leave the trade on after hours. Sometimes it gets some movement after hours, and we get a little flush. So I was hoping that would happen, but there's no value at all. So I'm stuck holding I think 300 shares of this, unfortunately, and roughly down 75 bucks or so. Well, I would be down, but the market's closed. So that was that. That was, I was also in another short trade, and I decided, because I was thinking about doing the same thing for another trade, but given that I don't have a lot of experience trading in extended hours, I decided I need to reduce my exposure, and so I closed out the other trade and let this one in, or let this one continue to try to fade. The other one was working better. This is the one I should have cut loose. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with that. Lunar. Yeah, take a look at Lunar. I just figured this stock was going to be selling all day. I saw the gap down, and yeah, I figured it's just going to sell off. It's typically what happens. Stock runs up and then sells off. I thought the sell-off would continue, so I was looking for a short. However, I was a little too eager. I shorted here. I should have, I was too worried about getting more shares so I can make more money. And so I was really trying to I don't know, be aggressive. When in all actuality, I should have waited some. But yeah, because I bought 400 shares here, and just decided got stopped out essentially. But had I just bought my normal size, I could have waited to see if this EMA continued to hold, which it did, and just allowed the trade to work. But no, I got stopped out, and I decided to re-enter here. This is more my speed. This, no, needed more. It needed some more time to show me that it's ready to fall. This was just about ready. So I went short here. It sucked holding through this pullback, but I took my profits here. $6 basically, and as you can see, $6 acted as support, and just never really did anything. But unlike the last time, where I cut my winner short because the stock confirmed above the EMA. I decided, nope, I got a pretty good entry, so I could just allow it to work the rest of the day. And I decided I'll just hold it until during aftermarkets because it'll probably flush. But at the last minute, I changed my mind and sold the rest of my shares because I didn't want to hold two positions overnight. So that was that. To grade the trade, the setup is C entry, I don't know, yeah. Execution, A overall trade, C plus. Had it just hung out here maybe 10, 15 more minutes, it jumps up from a C to a B plus in terms of setup. Now this setup was a B. My entry, A. Execution, it's hard to grade it. I guess I'll give it a B because I didn't fall. Yeah, a B, or A minus. I don't know. Overall trade on this is B, B plus. Or yeah, I say B. Okay, so this is the last trade of the day. The YouTube Momo scanner picked it up. Luckily, I had it on. I heard it go off. I took a look, and I was watching this VWAP, the WeWAP hold, and soon as it ticks above the previous candle, I enter market, and I hold through all this, and I got about 1,000 shares, and it is here in this doji where I decided, oh hey, I need to just go ahead and take my position off. I was up like 120 or something, but I left it on. At this time, I was running errands, so I wanted to kind of just make sure I was protected by placing a stop order, but also placing a profit target at $2.85, just in case. I don't have. I would just in case I wouldn't have time to check on my position while I'm out, and I didn't want to sell myself short. So I figured 85, 84 cent, 284 would be a solid run. Yeah, I thought it would be a solid run, but it didn't quite make it. And when I went to check in on this, I just realized I should just go ahead and take my little profit of like $100, $80, and go about my business. But it started going down a bit, and then I got this candle, and at this point, I'm just like, nah, I might as well just let it ride. And then we start to flush, and I was able to execute and get out here, and miss all this action. But that's that trade. Pretty much break even. The setup, C plus, B minus. My entry is a B. Execution was a A. Overall trade is a C plus. That's it. Keep setting myself back. If I can just get some good opportunities tomorrow, I should knock it out the park. I'm gonna try to be laser focused.